She stood on the Oscar stage as the first black woman ever nominated for Best Actress. She died 11 years later, alone, bankrupt, and forgotten by the very industry that once called her a star. Dorothy Jean Dandridge was born in Cleveland, Ohio, in 1922. Her parents separated before she was even born, and her mother built a childhood act around her and her sister, touring black vaudeville venues across the country through the worst years of the Great Depression. By the time she was a teenager, Dandridge had already spent most of her life performing for other people's survival, not just her own. She clawed her way from nightclub stages to Hollywood, and in 1954, she landed the title role in Carmen Jones. The performance made her a sensation. She became the first black woman to appear on the cover of Life magazine, and months later, the first black woman in history nominated for the Academy Award for Best Actress. 20th Century Fox signed her to a 3-year contract, promising to build her into the industry's first true black leading lady. The promise never held. Hollywood in the 1950s had almost no scripts written for a black star who wasn't confined to a narrow, tragic stereotype. Directors and studios controlled nearly every part of her image and her choices, at one point even pressuring her into ending a pregnancy to protect her marketability. She turned down a major role in The King and I rather than play another servant character, a decision she later called the true beginning of her downfall, since the part instead went to Rita Moreno and became a massive hit. The roles dried up. Her second marriage collapsed. Poor investments and a growing pile of debt to the IRS pushed her back onto the nightclub circuit she thought she'd already outgrown, playing smaller and smaller stages for a fraction of what she once earned. All the while, she was also quietly caring for her daughter, Harlan, who had been born with severe brain damage. By 1963, Dandridge could no longer afford the round-the-clock care her daughter needed, and Harlan was placed into a state institution, a decision that reportedly devastated her for the rest of her life. On September 8, 1965, Dorothy Dandridge was found dead in her West Hollywood apartment. The cause was later determined to be an overdose of antidepressants. She had less than $2 left in her bank account. She broke a barrier no black actress had ever broken before her. Hollywood applauded for one night and then spent the next decade making sure the door she opened stayed closed behind her.